All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the men who taught me this truth. I would like to say shalom to you, Akim and Fiwakwath, you men, women, and little ones that believe on the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. It's your brother Micah Allah, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Lord willing to edify. And the title of this lesson is simply Foolish Leaders. You see? Foolish Leaders. And I got a short little clip right here that I'm going to play. You know, this dude, Charleston White. You know, and the spirit really been getting on this dude, Charleston White. Because he's been making a lot of, unwise statements. You know what I mean? And Jake always want to give their opinion on something, or they want to speak on matters that they have zero understanding on, you know? They want to deem themselves to be, basically the spokesman for our nation, basically leaders. These are self-proclaimed leaders in a sense, and, Charleston White, this dude it's just to show this man's mindset is not geared towards Yahweh Shema Washai, and why this man is really just ultimately created in vain, so to speak, because everything that comes out of his mouth is vain, as you're about to hear. And the Lord is not dealing with no damn Charleston White, man. The Lord's going to destroy that dude, you see? But let's go play this right here.
And smiling pictures. We worse than them.
So God came down today and asked you, Charleston, what should I do? What would you tell him?
Enslave black people again. Put them back in chains. Hit the reset button. So it can produce a greater group of people.
Man,
so it can produce a greater group of people like the slaves did.
How the slave gonna end? How?
Didn't you see what slavery produced, nigga? It was great people when they come out of slavery.
What you mean?
They were great people.
Like what?
They built Black Wall Street. They was loving. Their families was intact. They had skills. They wasn't violent. They didn't harm people. They didn't hurt people. Them people just wanted to be left alone and enjoy freedom. This group here hurt people. Wake up to hurt people. Look to hurt people. This group needs to be put in chains and separated from house nigga and field nigga again.
Man, nah, man.
I said,
hold up, break it down one
you
more
heard her
time.
saying shit, and I said with no smile.
Break it down one more time.
This group needs to be separated again as house niggas and field niggas. Most you field niggas is gonna say no snitching. Most of us house niggas is gonna say yeah snitching. You run away off the plantation, they go whoop all of us. You think I ain't fit to go tell boss y'all talking about running away? They might sell your mama. I like your mama. I got a crush on your mama. They go beat all of us. And y'all talking about running away with that freedom talk.
You can't think of.
See, and it's spiritual, what this dude here is saying, because here it is, and what makes it spiritual is, here it is, the Lord's teaching promotes the freedom of you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, which will come in the form of the kingdom of heaven, us being at peace when Yahweh Shai returns. Because that's ultimately, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, that's what the prophets have been proclaiming, the kingdom of heaven being established on the planet Earth in the subjection of our enemies, starting with Esau Edom, the so-called white man. You see, but this dude's, foolish reasoning he wants us to go back and change. He wants to take it all the way there and say, you know what? Don't worry about the Lord coming back. Let's just get put back in chains again, go through that rigorous slavery. Then that's the true reset. You see? Now, don't get me wrong. He's absolutely correct. A reset is well needed, for this generation of, these bastards, you know what I mean, that's out here, these YNs, Of course, these our women are the most freaked out now, than they was 20 years ago. You see? And a reset is, definitely needed, and a reset is coming, but it's definitely not coming in that way, man. It's like, it shows you how really, how much people like Charleston White and others with either this same mindset or their own opinion that they hearken to other than what Yahweh Shema Shah decreed. That's why the Lord is going to destroy every last one of you jakes that think like this, man. See? Horn just went off on that. The Lord is going to destroy every last one of you that has that mindset, because really you're showing forth your hatred for Yahweh Shema Shah. You see? But let's continue on.
Nothing else, but
nothing else. I can't think of nothing else that will improve the conditions of black people today other than chains and slavery.
How long?
400 years, like the last slavery, to reproduce the exact same thing. Man, them was some great people. Our great grandmothers and great grandfathers, that had land, knew how to work the land. Didn't give.
That's the only thing this dude could come up with, Here it is. He didn't speak nothing on ruling over the ones that took you into captivity from the beginning. He didn't speak on that. This dumbass can only conjure up the reasoning of us getting put back in chains for an extra 400 years under the so-called white man. And then a reset is going to come. That's when the better, Israelites were on the scene at the time. Just straight foolishness, man.
Down, they wore coveralls and tore down.
That nigga stone, man.
Yeah, man. What you say?
Man, you got these folk brainwashed in here, Charles.
How, my
They
nigga?
said you right.
Man, they ain't never heard this before, so how I brainwash them? This is them first time ever hearing me say this, so how they brainwash?
Say it one more
I
time.
ain't saying the slavery shit, right? I'm just saying, well, he's talking about the reset kind of right. But
The reset is right, but in the chains?
And chain. Whips, and niggas need whips. Niggas need lashes on their backs and their ass again.
You fucked up, bro.
Niggas need new names.
Kunta.
Master Williams, boy. Ain't you Master Williams Slade? Nigga need new names.
Who gonna be the slave owner?
White folks, they done it the best. Who more better than the enslaved niggas than white people? Nigga, they got a method that's proven to work on us. Smiling pictures. We work.
And that's sick, man. But let's get straight into the scriptures, man. You know what I mean? That's enough of that dude there. This Psalms 94 and verse 11. It says, the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, knoweth the thoughts of man, that they are vanity. You see? So the Lord, and remember, this dude, Charleston White, is proclaiming his thoughts, and he has a voice in this society, so to speak. Some nigga holds fast, to the sayings of Charleston White, and he would be considered as one of the voices of reasonings of our people, so to speak. really are the 2/3. You see, because these Negroes are not. You're not Israelites, man. You black people. You know, you blacks. You jet black niggas. You're not Israelites, man. You see, you're not Israelites. You're a bunch of Negroes. You're a bunch of blacks. You know, African American. You African Americans. You a bunch of African Americans, man. But the Lord, you know, sees you people's reasoning as vanity. You know, it's all in vain. You know. And here it is, the Lord has promoted a reset with a reward. You know what I mean? Because it's a reward that comes with the reset that the Lord is bringing, like the destruction of America, as brothers often go into. You know, that reset is going to benefit not only the nation of Israel as a whole, but it's going to benefit relationships. You know, it's going to benefit the earth, animals, everything. This reset that the Lord is, you know, proclaimed unto us is a reset of righteousness, period. You see? Because let somebody go with Charleston White's reasoning. Guess what's going to be present? If you go and do it just, you know, speaking from his perspective, according to Charleston White, with this dumbass reasoning that he just gave. Alright, so you go back, you know, into slavery again, under the so-called white man, in chains, getting our asses whooped again, you know. Nigga, wickedness is still, you know, present. You see? Because Esau Edom is still the devil that the Bible speaks of. It's not like you gonna go back and now this nigga gonna be righteous, or he gonna handle us a better and gentle way. That mean, look what we at today. After slavery, what do you think it would be like if it happened again? Like, come on, man. Like, you people need to be destroyed, man. This matter of fact, let me get this Isaiah, let me make sure. Yeah, this Isaiah 9 and verse 16. It says, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. You see? So Charleston White would be considered as one of your leaders. You know, these celebrities, you know, out here, like niggas like Dr. Umar Johnson, you know what I mean? What's that dude name? Farrakhan, you know, dudes like that. You know, so on and so forth, man. Matter of fact, let's use a more oldie but goodie. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. These are the leaders, or these are the people that, you know, mainly you so-called Negroes of the Southern Kingdom, you chose to be your leaders, man. You chose these people to be your spokesman for the nation. You see? And these people, you know, has caused us to err from the ways of righteousness. You see? And ultimately led us to destruction, even unto this very day, except for the elect, you know. Because the elect is no longer in that destroyed spirit, that destroyed mindset of defeat, because that's what black culture has given our people, you know, as a reward, a defeated mindset, not a ruling class mentality, as our Lord Yahweh Shai has given us. You see? Through his teachings, through his leaders that the Lord has set up, starting with our apostles and elders, because those are the true leaders of Israel and the prophets on down, you know. We the true leaders, man. Lord willing, we are that number. Because, matter of fact, let me get this right here, because I spoke on that. What black culture giving you a defeated mindset. But this is the mindset that our nation is supposed to have, that ruling class mentality. This Wisdom of Solomon 6 and verse 20, it says, therefore, the desire of wisdom bring them to a kingdom. If your delight be then in thrones and sceptres, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. You see? So our desires, you know, mainly our thoughts, you know, is filled with this wisdom that the Lord has blessed us with, you know, because the Lord told us he was going to give us the desires of our heart, you know, and he also gave us leaders that would feed us with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of who we are, which would lead to that ruling class mentality, man. Not a defeated mentality, because with Yahweh Shema Shai entails rulership. You see? It entails rulership. Yahweh Shai was always promoting rulership. The disciples asked him, you know, well, now at this time, you know, restore unto us the kingdom of Israel, man. Meaning, when will we rule again, Lord? Going back to the times of Adam, time of Solomon, King David, you know, when we were on top as a nation. You see? That's what our power promotes to you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. You see? Let's read it again. It says, therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. So this is what's going to lead us to the kingdom of heaven manifesting on the planet Earth. Is this wisdom. Is us possessing the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy. Because guess what? The kingdom was prophesied, you know, to come to pass, you know, to be made manifest. You see? But having this wisdom is what gives us that ruling class mentality, not a defeated mindset. That's what Christianity promotes to our people, a defeated mindset. And where did you get that from? You got that from Esau. This dude, man, I don't even want to bring that up no more with Charleston White, bro. That dude is irrelevant. Let's just get this right here. This Ecclesiastes 20 and verse 5, it says, there's one that keepeth silence and is found wise, and another by much babbling becometh hateful. You see, so this dude, you know, Charleston White, always got something to say. You know, and as you can see, the podcast they was on Perspectives. You know, we're in a day and age where everybody want to give their opinion on something. Everybody want to proclaim what they think, how they feel, what they truth is. They ain't trying to hear what the prophets got to say or really what the Lord got to say through the prophets. You people shun us, but you're really shunning the Lord, man. You see? And you're not taking into account that the Lord's going to destroy you for that. So, this nigga Charleston White, just much babbling. That's all you ever hear out this dude. It's no edification, And ultimately, this dude just does this for money. Even when he brings up the Israelites, he does that for views, You got this dude named Smackwater. Cake ass nigga. You know what I mean? This dude, talking about some, I forgot who podcast he was on. I don't know if he was on Say Cheese, but he talking about some, what that nigga said? Oh yeah, how you gonna tell me about what God think? That nigga said, who the fuck is you to tell me what God think? Not taking into consideration that from the beginning, the Lord always had select spirits that will have the mind of the Lord. You see? Because that's where the prophets came into play. You see? Stupid. But once again, Jake just get on these different platforms and just ultimately proclaim their hatred for the Lord, man. And give their doctrine. Because that's really what that shit is. These people are proclaiming their belief system in themselves. And doing it for money, just to get some fucking views. But continuing on, it says, some man holdeth his tongue because he have not to answer, and some keepeth silence knowing his time. A wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity, but a babbler and a fool will not regard no time. He that useth many words shall be abhorred, and he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated. There's a sinner that have good success in evil things, and there is a gain that turneth to loss. You see, so everything that you people with an opinion have like people like Charleston White and these different podcast demons out here, everything that you people have, gained, you're ultimately gonna lose it, such as your status, you're gonna lose your platforms, you're gonna lose your money, you're gonna lose your mind, because the times that's fastly approaching, me and the brother Raheem, was just talking last night about how it was in 2020 and how the playing fields was even, when the scam-demic happened, couldn't nobody, play that card of thinking they the shit, The Lord humbled a lot of lofty looks during that time because everybody shut the fuck up. You see? Because all you would hear was they didn't know what to do. You see? They didn't know, they didn't have, Yahweh Shemal Shah. They didn't have a power, that could step in on their behalf. They couldn't stunt during that time. Because people were losing their jobs. Hell, people was losing their minds in that time because we never experienced lockdown here in America, So that was a wake-up call for you niggas, man. But just wait till the Lord lock this place down again. It's going to be, you can't even fathom how many times worse it's going to be now and the time's fastly approaching than it was back in 2020, man. That was nothing. You see? So all this, giving your opinions and shit like that, that you people like to do, such as dudes like Charleston White, even, you Israelites out there, giving your own vain opinions, not teaching the same doctrine that's being taught over here at Great Millstone. That's going to get you destroyed, man. Because you got a lot of Israelites out there that's, making themselves a lot of money and, gaining a lot of things through ultimately deception. You see? But all of that is going to come to naught, man. Because you're going to lose all of that. All the carnal shit is going to be gone. You see? And then where would that leave you people? You see? But Lord willing, that was edifying. I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the men who taught me this truth. Peace and blessings be to the old elect, you men, women, and little ones that believe on the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.